Now you see him, and you continue to see him. Look at that, a fast blue hedgehog. What a concept for a video game. Now that blue hedgehog right there has put so much love into gamers' hearts across the world in the early 90s. Before Sonic did just that, in fact before the console wars between Nintendo and Sega even began, Mario was Nintendo's mascot and was on top of the world with no competition. Mario single-handedly saved the video game industry, revolutionized platformers to this day, and has a franchise that uses every single genre. Sega's mascot during Nintendo's golden age was Alex Kidd. As much as I love Alex Kidd, there was no way he was going to compete against another mascot of this magnitude. In 1990, Nintendo controlled over 90% of the US video game industry, and after the release of the Mega Drive, Sega then decided to make a new mascot to compete with Mario, look technically impressive, and dominate the gaming industry. There were fairly unusual concepts like rabbits, killer clowns, cosplays, and Bart Simpson. What came out in the aftermath was a blue hedgehog named Sonic. He had more attitude than Mario, he could run at blazing speeds. The game that came out wasn't a Mario ripoff, but something new. Simply put, Sonic was just more exciting, and Sega were finally able to develop better artillery for the great 4th gen console war. Let us begin where it all began. Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Mega Drive. Yeah, it's a PlayStation 3 controller. I'll be using the Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection to play this game. At first glance, it looks just like a regular well-polished platformer. You could jump on things, roll down a hill, bounce, run on loops, so there isn't anything special in terms of variety, but the Hedgehog's secret weapon is his speed, and made this game really stand out from other platformers at the time. Yep, that's Sega demonstrating again what Nintendo don't. However, what good is this speed if most of the levels are like this, or this? What I'm saying is that the speed is a bit of a tease, that it's pointless having a fast platformer if you're going slow most of the time. But at least you can find different paths on every level, adding replayability and an urge to beat this as fast as you can. I'm also happy to report that if you love this game and you're single, you're in luck, because there is no friend zone in this game. Essentially, Dr. Ivo Robotnik has kidnapped all the animals, stolen all the Chaos Emeralds, and used them to harness its power. It is up to Sonic the Hedgehog to free the animals and stop his evil plans. And that's all you need for the plot, because nobody could care for a second about the plot in a platforming game. What platforming games are actually about are gameplay and controls. And the controls in this one are fluent, but a bit too basic. Every time you jump, you spin attack, and pressing down while moving will make you roll. That's it. Seriously, every button jumps, but at least you have a high level of control of Sonic himself. The controls are good enough to a point that if you make a mistake, it's your fault, not the game's. Unless you don't see something coming. Okay. The normal thing to do would break it, but I actually had a thought about it. Who leaves their computers lying around in the middle of nowhere? Maybe the precious owners threw them away, because apart from holding storage, these computers do nothing a computer is designed to do. Also, you'd have to be a genius to make them waterproof. I'm surprised it doesn't electrocute anything under the water. These computer boxes include 10 rings, shields, invincibility, extra speed, and extra life. No worries. Literally, no worries at all. Speaking of rings, they're scattered all over every zone. If you collect 100 rings, you get an extra life. Collect 50 rings at the end of the zone, you go to a special stage to collect the Chaos Emeralds Dr. Robotnik took away. The only purpose for collecting all the Chaos Emeralds is not to stop Robotnik, but to get a different ending. That's it. If you want to set a high score, better grab a pen and paper, because it doesn't save you high scores, and there aren't any milestones where you can get bonuses like extra lives. So the point system in this game is just as worthless as Bubsy. Alright, let's just ignore the robots Sonic likes to spin break, and look at the big picture. The graphics are amazing. Who needs a Super Nintendo to get all these colors when you have a Sega Mega Drive? Or a PlayStation 3 in my case. I look at the graphics and think they haven't aged all that much. It isn't just Sonic, but a lot of 2D games in general, like Castlevania Symphony of the Night for example. But back to Sonic. Because of its popularity and legacy, this game has been ported to pretty much everything, from the PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, Virtual Console, the Game Boy Advance, and as you saw before in the Mega Drive collections. But I think the best port of this game is the iOS version, because it is the original game, but with little improvements that make a huge difference. Apart from having the exact game on a widescreen resolution, it includes Tails and Knuckles, who came later in the franchise. You have the signature spin dash, which will be introduced in the second game. You can do time trials on every level, and the best times can be shared on the leaderboards online. The scoring is a lot better because this time when you get 50,000 points, you get an extra life. But the best part of all, you can take this game anywhere you like and just play it whenever you desire. You guys have no idea how many hours I've spent playing this game when I'm waiting for something or somebody, like a doctor in a hospital. Though I grew up with Sonic, I'll agree Mario has the better games. Mario has the puzzle challenges, more variety, better presentation, a more consistent positive game series, and was able to create a wider target audience. As for Sonic, he was an example of what was rad and cool in the 90s. Although the games in the franchise never really matched the positive reception of the first few games, what lived on from the 90s to this day is Sonic's personality, gameplay, dashing speeds, replayability, and despite the color advantage the SNES had, color too. Think about it. If there was a video game character I wish were real out of Sonic and Mario, I'd choose Sonic. It gets an 8 out of 10. Nothing more, nothing less. Great game. This was the perfect start to get on the right foot for the Sonic franchise. And the games are only about to get better. Thanks for watching guys, and don't forget to click the subscribe button for the latest reviews.